Right. Well, the Kenya Kwanza Secretariat has promised to deal with systemic corruption as well as privatization of state assets by powerful people in the government if elected in the August polls, accusing their opponents of being beneficiaries of corrupt dealings. Naoma Sampao has that story.
The electoral preparedness of the IEBC is still in limbo over the latest legal hurdle. Tuesday's ruling by High Court Judge Anthony Mrima stated that the requirement by IEBC that presidential aspirants submit 2,000 ID copies and signatures of supporters from at least 24 counties was in contravention of the Data Protection Act. The IEBC has not given its position on the ruling yet, and constitutional lawyer Bobby Mkangi believes the silence is informed by the deliberations the Commission has to consider.
All right, we do apologize for that. That's a story by Sydney Chazima there on IEBC. Let's just go back to that story by Naoma Sampao and the promise by the Kenya Kwanza Secretariat on matters corruption. Take a look.
Days after launching the Kenya Kwanza manifesto dubbed the plan, the Kenya Kwanza political faction was under fire from its competitors who accused the DP Ruto-led coalition of failing to state their agenda on fighting corruption in the country. The Kenya Kwanza Presidential Campaign Secretariat has, however, rubbished claims by their opponents, saying that the coalition has put in place steps to address corruption. The coalition has often attributed the existence of corruption to lack of goodwill from the state, as well as failure of enabling institutions mandated to fight the vice and interference of independent institutions by other state organs. They have vowed to ensure financial autonomy of the institutions.
If we strengthen the office of the Inspector General of Police, provide that office with the financial independence, not now when it is depending on the office of the president to finance its activities, yet it is a constitutional independent office. If we give it independence and then appoint the right people, that office can now be able to take decisions without referring to anybody. And so is all the other constitutional bodies that are earmarked to look at issues of rule of law and also issues of corruption. And I think we've got to give faith to that particular process.
We will not wait for corruption to happen. We will seek to prevent the occurrence of corruption. And that is what we call preventative. It is our premise that the #1 cause of corruption is opaqueness.
The Jubilee administration has been dogged by several mega corruption scandals, ranging from the NYS scandal to the latest KEMSA scandal. Those in the Deputy President's corner have accused the government of personalizing the fight against corruption and using institutions mandated with the responsibility of settling political scores.
Please, yeah.
Kenya Kwanza has vowed to establish a commission that will be tasked with the responsibility of dealing with systemic corruption and reclaim public assets that have been privatized.
It is the proposal of the Kenya Kwanza government to establish a quasi-judicial state capture commission that is then going to ask itself very, very difficult questions around how strategic national assets, critical national wealth has become systematically plundered and privatized.
Please stop asking the president to fight corruption. It is the president who can do the most corruption in the country, given our current structure. We need a system that can investigate the president.
The coalition has also vowed to deal with the issues of public debt by coming up with labor-intensive projects as opposed to capital-intensive. Naoma Sampao, NTV.